Greg Wolfgang, back with another video, and today I'm reviewing the Hungarian Horntail Wizard Challenge Lego set. Came out last year in 2019 and it retailed for around £30 and £35 in the US. And on the box art you can see that the set is displayed very nicely next to the Hogwarts castle, with lots of different things going on, and you do get 4 Lego minifigures, all of which are exclusive. And then at the back it shows you some of the different play features, which I'll show you in a minute. And the first Lego minifigure we're taking a look at is Harry Potter in his Triwizard clothes. You can see that he's got an exclusive print on his torso, and he's got the middle sized legs, so they're short legs but you can move them different angles, which is a nice inclusion. It also has a brown wand which can point in different angles. He's got a very cool hairpiece which is a bit all scraggly and he looks a bit grumpy there, but he's also got this small accessory which is the firebolt, and it looks very accurate. It's basically just a black broomstick with these 2 handles on with a gold stud to stop it falling off. And I don't know what else they could have done than this. It's very good of Lego. But the broomstick, sadly, I don't know if you can see there, but there's lots of marks on there, and that just happens when you have a Lego minifigure. Hold it. And then around on the back you can see that he's got a smirking facial expression, as well as his back torso print which says Potter with a red star underneath. Now the next Lego minifigure is Cedric Diggory. I really like his robes in that yellowing, and his leg print isn't exclusive because it comes in loads of other sets, even in Star Wars sets for like Darth Vader and things. But you can see that it says the Hogwarts crest just there, with some yellow shining through his robes, and his facial expression, he looks quite casual. And then his back facial and torso print. His torso print says Diggory, but he's got his hood going over it, so you can't really read it. It says Diggory instead of Diggory, which is quite interesting. And he looks like he's scowling at his enemies. And then this is Fleur. She's got an exclusive torso print which says Fleur and then Beauxbaton underneath, and it's a very shiny sort of gold design, and she's also got Dumbledore's and Hermione's wand, and her facial expression, she looks very casual. And then her back torso print has another B to stand for Beauxbaton, and she looks a bit scared or worried. And the last Lego minifigure is Victor Crumb. He's got a very exclusive torso print which only comes in this set. He's got normal black legs. Then his back torso print, you can see that the hood's coming down with some red shining through, and also that eagle. But his hairpiece is very off as he's got a lot shorter hair. And his back facial expression. What are you doing, Lego? It looks nothing like the character at all. And then this is the side build. It's a tent, and in the film and book it's a small tent when it gets bigger inside, but obviously Lego can't do that as it's virtually impossible. And then here you can see that there's some rocks on the side as well as some greenery, and I really like how this tent is built up. And it just looks really cool with all the panelling. And here the curtains are all rolled up, which gives a very nice effect. You might have seen that there's a crack here. That's because you have to open it up, and then you can make the illusion from the back that it's either a really long tent or that the tent's been chopped in half. And then inside there's 2 little rooms which we'll take a look at. So here's the first room. It's got a bed design as well as a Beauxbaton sticker, as well as a Victor Crumb symbol sticker, which is just stuck on there. You know how they work. Then room 2, there's a small table with 2 goblets and a chest of drawers with 2 drawers, and on top there's a green sort of perfume bottle or drink bottle, and it's got a white crystal on the top, as well as a Hogwarts sticker on the side panelling, and that's got Gryffindor, Slytherin, Hufflepuff and Ravenclaw on, which is a nice inclusion. Now the other side build, it's got this very long chain and this really shiny goldeny egg, and I'm really happy that they did it in this colouring, because normally they do it in a gold which doesn't look like gold at all, but this one looks more like gold. That's just on a jump plate down here, and then there's some rockery as well as 2 flames which is coming out of the ground. And then this is the main build of the set. It is the Hungarian Horntail, and if you don't know, it's a dragon from Harry Potter which is extremely spiky. And we'll start our way from the bottom to make ourselves up to the top. There's 3 of these claws which you can pose in different ways, and that's visible on both feet, as well as this small spike here, and it's on a rapid ball joint, so you can get lots of poses with that. And then on the side you can see that there's some of these cheese slopes, and it goes down to the tail, and there's lots of these miniature ball joints, and you can move them different poses. And at the tail there's 4 of these spikes which go around on a snot brick, but this is a specialised snot brick, so it's got 5 studs, and then a long spike at the back. And then that will be the same on the other side, so I'm not going to go into detail about that. And the wings are identical on both sides. It's got a brown plastic towards the top, and it goes into a smoky brown, and then a smoky colouring, and then just goes into clear. And this piece is massive, it's like I can barely palm it, and I thought it was going to be a lot smaller when I built this set. And then there's also a small spike on both of them. And then towards the body on the wings there's these 2 clips, and they can move in lots of different poses to try to make the illusion that the dragon is flying. And then there's also this sticker with some hair or maybe spikes. It would be quite strange if it's meant to be hair. And this very long spike here, and some more cheese slopes to make it look more spiky. And then towards the neck you can see that there's another one of these ball joints with 4 spikes, but they fall over like, look, I barely touched it and it fell over. But then there is some more printed spikes towards the eye with a green eye, and then you can open and close the mouth. But then there's this grey piece here, and that's meant to, then you can clip something onto it. But compared to the film in the book, it's meant to be really spiky, but this they didn't do exactly that. There is a lot of spikes on it, but not enough. Most of them are just printed or stickered. But overall, I think this is a good build, and I do like dragons. See, it just fell off again. And what you're meant to do with a chain, there's a stud on it, so then you can put it underneath the dragon's neck, so then it can be tamed, but then in the movie it breaks out and flies away. And should you buy this set? Yes, you should. It's great value. It's got 4 exclusive Lego minifigures which are very cool, and also amazing side builds. I'm Lego Wolf Guy. If you subscribe on my channel, then I'll plant a new tree, and goodbye. And there are 4 Lego minifigures, and the first of which is Harry Potter, and he is in his gowns for doing the Triwizard challenge. You can see that he's got a brown wand, a very nice piece for his hair, and also it has the Hogwarts crest on. Also some stitching to hold his cape together. He uses the mid legs, so they're short legs, but you can move them up and down. And then at the back it says Potter with a star on. It's a very simple figure, but I really like it. And then his back facial expression, he looks quite pleased. And then his front facial expression, he looks a bit angry. The main build of the set is obviously the Hungarian Horntail, and you can get the rockery part with the chain, and the chain's got a stud on, and you're meant to put it underneath the Hungarian Horntail's neck, and then you can have it attached to it, and then have it break and fly away. And we're going to start from the bottom to get our way up to the top. Here you can see that there's both of the sides are exactly the same, so I'll just do one side. So there's 3 claws which you can move in different poses, as well as this sort of claw piece, or spike piece I like to call them, on the side with some cheese slopes. And then there's a big ball joint there which you can move up and down, also backwards and frontwards. And then for the tail, there's lots of these mini ball joints, and they're all attached to this big snot brick, which has 5 studs on, one with a rather long spike, and then the other ones with just smaller spike pieces. And then for the body, there's some more cheese slopes, as well as this sticker with a big spike on. And these wing pieces are massive. This is compared to my hand. And then underneath, there's also a small spike piece. And then for the head, there's 4 spikes, but they fall off rather easily, and a very nice printed headpiece, and you can move the mouth up and down. And then there's this neck piece which is attached to the body, which is also attached to these wings, which you can move up and down.